Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Urosh. Welcome back. Hope you had a great week. Mine was pretty nice. And yeah, today we're taking a look at Elderbrook again, bro. Like, what is the second video of Elderbrook this year? All in total, it's like the third one. And this time we're taking a look at Set Fire to My Gun, which is a track that I really like. And it's not that well known, doesn't have a lot of views, but yeah, it's still a really nice track. So let's just get into it. So we have a kick which is sampled from the original, right? It's pretty, how to say, punchy, right? Kind of a lot of meat to it. I think it's like super similar to the one we had in the, what was that remake? Find My Way to You. Yeah, Find My Way to You. Yeah. Then we have the per kick, which is the same stuff, and it basically plays like this. So together with the kick, right? Then I added two bass lines, and the first bass line is basically, it's not actually having like the sub. As you can see, we're cutting off at about 100 hertz, and it's made in Serum. And the big thing is like these unisons, and yeah, it sounds like this. Also, I added some stereo to it, right? And this bass line is basically like the top layer of the bass line, right? Then we also have the sub layer, which is also made in Serum, and we're just having two EQs, some compression on it, some saturation to beef it up a bit, and sidechain compression, right? So these two are basically like the, right? And again, like the sub layer is in mono, right? It's totally in mono, while the upper layer basically, it's in the, it has more like width to it, right? So it's more stereo instead of so yeah, together. And here in the beginning, basically what I did is I just used, I think, like the EQ8 just to cut off the kick, right? And yeah, that's pretty much it for the bass and the kick. Again, the project will be available on Patreon, so if you want to get it, you can get it there. Then we have the collabs, right? And I had some difficulties recreating these collabs, but you know, overall there are a couple of different collabs. We have like the original Elderbrook collab, right? And then all sorts of collabs from PML, right? So all together they sound like this. Right, I think like in the original there's something similar to it. Added some saturation to make it like everything is like almost like the same loop, right? Because they're different claps, and also some delay on it, which you can hear, right? But really subtle, as you can see. It's like just 10% of the dry, wet, and feedback, and obviously some compression just to sidechain it behind the kick, right? Here in the break part, we go away from those claps and we just play a single clap, right? Because there's a transition. Then we have the shakers, which sound like this, right? And I think this is actually from Ableton. And then we have some heavy. I call it heavy because it's kind of a bit more meaty hat, right? And I added a ton of reverb, as you can see, it's like -2, which is a reverb drum. Also we have this Elderbrook hat, right? And another hat here just to help it. This one is band 17 to the left. Right, another hat. Then we have some shakers, which I think is a loop actually. I think it's a loop, yeah, from BML again. So, all the group together. Right, then we have the vocals, and I don't think I actually did anything to the vocals. Maybe I compressed it a bit. just a bit of compression to not, you know, because it's not like the real vocals, but it's taken out of the original. So I didn't want to get any weird stuff to it, any weird stuff. Then we have this plug, which actually plays like basically throughout the whole track, right? And as you can see, we're using like the track volume to fade it in. We're using saturation and delay and obviously compression. And I made this in Serum, just the one saw wave, and like this bipolar harmonic seemed pretty nice to me and pretty close. Obviously it's not like the same as in the original, but yeah, the pattern looks like this. It's basically just 2 notes, but it has like a really nice rhythm, except for this part where the rhythm actually stays. That was not a correct decision, but yeah, basically as you can see, it's a bit different. So it goes from C to an A, and here it basically kind of, you know, went down. So let's hear that pluck. That was not good as well. Then we have these keys, which basically just adds like when I listened to the original, it seemed like it had something like that in it. Maybe it's a sound that it's made from the bass line, but yeah, I just felt like this could really add even a bit more authenticity or something like that. Let's just listen how it sounds. But again, it's something I made for PML a while ago, so yeah. You can hear it's like duh, 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 right? And yeah, it's really subtle. It's like -23, right? So it's not in the front, but it's just in the background to add like two, right? Okay. Then we have this lead sound, which is, again, I made this in Serum. It's not like exactly the same. Cats and snacks, whatever, bro. And I changed it up a bit, but this is. So together with the plugs and vocals. And now when the break, we could call this break, right? Basically we go out of all these grooves and all that stuff. The only thing that's left is the vocals that is playing like this repetitive stuff, and we also get like another lead in. The pads are playing, and we also introduce the high strings before, like where it says synth. We also introduce the high strings, which is just a single note on C5. But yeah, it's again really super subtle. It's like -28, and what I use is session strings, right? So, but it sounds like this. It's just a single note, right? It's not like anything crazy. But if you listen to the original, there's something like that in it. I think it's a string playing the same note. Yeah, let's listen to that. This part where the break starts, we get another synth which I called Elderbrook glide synthy, whatever. It's just the two saw waves, and we get like and like the main thing is, again, like the name suggests, it's the glide, right? We're using the glide here, so Also using the volume. So if you had no glide, right? Right, it's kind of whatever, bro. But yeah, we had some glide. I don't know how it was, 58. Yeah, I think like 69. 69. Let's try 69. That sounds nice. 69 always sounds nice. Right, and the basically the chords of the whole song are F major, right? F major, then G minor, right? And then B flat major, right? You could also use B flat sus 4, not sus 4, sus 2. But yeah, as you can see, like the voicings are a bit different because this is what I heard in the original, right? I heard those voicings, so I did them like that. But if you transpose this note, it's an F major chord, right? Also, if you transpose this note, it's a G minor chord, right? And if you transpose this note, boom, you get a B flat sus 2, right? Right? But I think like the voicings are like this. And yeah, I think these pads are actually repeating throughout the whole track. And nothing special to it, just some auto pan, and I use Diva, a pad called Bell underneath, so we can hear that. She set fire to my blood. She killed everyone. She's a bird on my tongue. Look black in my lungs. She set fire to my blood. She set. And yeah, basically that's it. I also had a piano here too. I think now it's a bit lagging, so I can't play it, but I think I'm gonna make like a piano track of it, like a cover or something, because every good song can be played on piano, and I actually tried playing this on piano and it sounds really, really good. So yeah, that's it. The project file will be available if you like it, and give me a thumbs up or something like that. I hope you're doing great, and yeah, talk soon, guys. Oh yeah, we can also check what I did on these tracks, right? Like the groove tracks. On the kick and the bass, I added some glue compression just to tie everything in. On the groove, I added some soothe, some saturation, and some glue compression. Saturation again to make it feel like a one loop. Glue compressor to make it a bit more bouncy. And on the melodics, again, just some saturation to beef up everything together. And yeah, that's it. Again, hope you enjoyed, and talk soon.